Hey everybody, Tony here. Hey, there's Poe. 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 Poe doesn't make appearances very often. I know. What's going on? You you all see Luna a lot, but not very often does Poe wander up into Luna's realm here. So hey, I tried making this video the other day. I shot the whole goddamn thing, and then I noticed that the mic wasn't properly selected for some reason. I don't know why that happened. It was like nothing I did, but there you have it. So I'm remaking this video, but it might be a little bit more streamlined because of that. Mainly what I'm doing today is it's October. I want to show off some of the stuff I got at the flea market this past weekend. I'll show you some stuff that I've purchased otherwise, outside of the flea market. But before any of that, very exciting, I have a new story coming out that is going to be in an anthology. So I'm going to show you that really quick, just for those of you who like to read, want to check this out. Let's see what I got to do here. Is this going to work? That's not working. Screen capture. Ah. No, that is the wrong screen. All right, I'm going to have to bring this over here and hope that it works. Let's see here. Just working things out here. You know how it goes. All right. Yeah, that is. All right, that did it. So, here we go. We got the Terracell Returns from the Full Service Press. And I'm just up here on his Twitter page showing you the copy. Available now on Amazon. That says of Amazon, but on Amazon. The Terracell Returns. We have a few different authors here, including Coy Hall. Hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Michael Sellers. There I am. And we got Matt there as well. And some images. There are a bunch of illustrations in this collection, which is really cool, or anthology, I should say. There's the cover, I think, or a version of the cover anyway. Some more imagery, some artwork, and then here is the full cover and bit more copy and everything. You could get it right now for $3.99 for the Kindle device, or I guess $0 if you do Kindle Unlimited. I'm not really sure how that works. We have a 1 5-star rating. I didn't see this before. Let's see what it says. Terror by Emily. A mystery hole appears in a man's wall. Who or what made it? The legend of Jack O' the Lantern is all too real, and other frightening tales, horrific illustrations, and amazing stories. Awesome, thank you. That is very cool. This is my story, by the way. The mystery hole. The story is called Fixing a Hole. You can see there. Fixing a hole. All right. So I'm starting to realize I might have to edit this darn thing. I really don't want to. If you see all of this bull crap, if you see every little bit of this bull crap, it's because I did not edit. All right. What do we got going here? So I wanted to show you a couple things I didn't get at the flea market. If you follow me on Instagram, you certainly have seen this stuff before. We have the Dunkin' Donuts pail. I thought it was pretty cool. Nice imagery, like the color. It actually has a fucking lid. It's pretty, sturdy plastic instead of that flimsy bullshit that you get over at McDonald's. I'm not getting the McDonald's pails this year. I didn't get them last year, and I only got one of them the first year because I just wasn't really impressed. I wanted the experience of getting the kids' meal in the pail and everything. I got the experience. That's all I needed. This was, I think you could get it for $2 without the munchkins. And if you get it filled with 50 munchkins, it's like around $15. I am not a fan of Dunkin' Donuts, really, But I still went for the 50 munchkins because I was going over to my brother's house and we needed some dessert. So I do really like the bucket, though, even though I'm not really a fan of Dunkin' Donuts anymore. They used to be great back in the day when they would like actually fry the donuts on premises. These days they get that stuff shipped in. It's usually like borderline stale by the time you're eating it. Not a great experience in my opinion. What do I got? I got stuff around here that I lost. Oh, here we go. Again, this is something from Instagram, but I figured I'd show you very quickly. Just some Halloween socks that they had. I couldn't believe it, at the dollar store, at Dollar Tree. So $1.25 a pair. And, you know, I was at the register and I turn around and I see, I think the first one that caught my attention was Poltergeist, of all things. I was like, they're Poltergeist socks? That's cool, at the Dollar Tree? So I turned around and started like sorting through. And there was like, basically by the time I saw these, there was like one pair of each sock left. And I was like, well, if I don't buy them now, I'll never get them. So I also got Pennywise It socks. You could kind of see some of the design. Obviously, you're not going to see the whole thing. We got Friday the 13th, Jason Voorhees socks. We got some Beetlejuice socks with the handbook for the recently deceased. The recently diseased? I was told that they had a second type of Beetlejuice socks. If they did, they were gone by the time I got there, so I did not get those. We got some Reese's Peanut Butter Cup Halloween socks, which, I mean, I had to. The color alone, I was like, yeah, those are cool. Got to get those. And then we got Freddy Krueger socks. Certainly. Very nice. Some Nightmare on Elm Street action. My preferred of the slashers. I always preferred Freddy as a kid, and today still. They had Hershey's Kisses Halloween socks that I passed on. They had Scooby-Doo Halloween socks that I passed on. I think there were a couple other ones that I was like, all right, I got enough. And then when I went back the following week, I was sorting through a separate bin of socks, and I spotted some E.T. ones that I thought looked really cool. So I wanted to grab those as well. They do, and there's this big bin at the Dollar Tree that has all kinds of graphic socks in there, and there were a bunch of cool. There was like a couple, 2 or 3 different Ghostbuster ones, some other stuff too. But you know, I don't need that many. I like these kind of graphic socks. They're fun to wear for like conventions and stuff, and for $1.25, you really can't beat that. So had to grab a few. All right, so that's, I believe, everything from not the flea market, and now. Yeah, you know, it's the last month of the flea market. My brother and I have been wanting to like get out to at least a couple more of these. There's 1 week left. Next week, I think, next weekend is the last weekend of October. I can't believe that crap. It's crazy. This month went flying by. I have so much work to do. I barely got to enjoy it. I hope you guys are doing some stuff. But so one of the things I got, I'm going to show you the boring thing I got because, I mean, no one really cares, but I bought it at the flea market, so I'll show you. A box of gloves, latex gloves. I use them when I do my casting of the sculptures and stuff. Sometimes I use them for like cooking applications as well. If I have to do any like mechanical work, I'll pop them on. They're good to have. $6 for a box of them seemed like a good deal. So I grabbed those guys. Like I said, the boring thing. There at the flea market, on occasion, he's not always there, but there's usually this big spread of just boxes of stuff everywhere, and this guy just brings it in from a trailer and kind of puts it out. And people love digging through that stuff. And you can find some deals. You can find some cool stuff. I've gotten things in there before, but that tends to be like the people who like to pick through stuff, they'll run there. When we were checking that out, I did get a couple things from it. My brother actually spotted this. And he brought it over to me and he handed it to me. He was like, do you think you want this? And I was like, I don't know, maybe, depending on how much they ask, because there are no prices on anything. So it's a kind of blue jeans style. and it was filled with, this is for 45 RPM records, and I don't have them in there right now, but it was filled with these records, and I was like, okay, well, we'll see what kind of price they want on it. Let me show you how many records were in there. I have them right in front of me here, and then I'm not gonna go through all of them. There's a lot, but I mean, right? I didn't bother counting how many records there were, but there are a lot. And they wanted, when I brought that over and one other thing, and they asked 15, I think, which was a fair enough price. But I mean, it's a flea market. I'm there to haggle, so I offered 10 for the records in the box and this other one thing that I'll show you in a sec. And they said yeah, so I got it for $10. The loose records, I haven't tested any of these. I did look through most of them. These things generally aren't worth a whole lot of money. I mean, if we're to be fair, like $1 to $10 a record, probably, if you tried to sell them on eBay, one at a time. If you sold them in a lot, maybe you get $20, $30, $40, whatever. There are obviously ones that are worth money, but I never get those because I'm not that lucky. But I mean, we got like the Fifth Dimension in there. We got some, I believe Michael Jackson was in here, Air Supply. Like I said, I'm not going to show you every single one. We got Fats Domino. But just to get an idea, rate price. All right, so however many are there. And then the reason I bought it, one of the reasons I bought the lot, was actually because there were a lot of Christmas records in there that I wanted to get. So I'll show you those first. This stack, I think these are all the Christmas ones. There might be some not Christmas in there. Yeah. So these are all Christmas ones. And the first of the Christmas ones that was kind of like sticking out, that sort of was the calling my name a little bit, was Snoopy's Christmas. So I, of course, thought that was pretty cool. And then we have, I'm not, again, just going to quickly go kind of flop through some of these. We've got Jingle Bells. This one is really cool, kind of old school, nice vintage looking one. Santa Claus Coming to Town. 12 Days of Christmas. This I thought was pretty neat too. If you look down there, it says it's the Radio Shack Special Collector Edition. And I mean, I don't know. I haven't listened to any. Of course, you got a little Bing Crosby. You need some Bing in there. Stocking stuffers. I thought that one was kind of cool. It looks like the sort of thing that you'd get for free with a purchase at Radio Shack or something. Or something that they maybe like sent out as a mailer, as a free gift. You know what I mean? The stock. It's got the some Carpenters albums in there. And this has Carpenters on it too. So anyway, those were neat. That's almost entirely why I bought the lot. And then, of course, on top of that, we have just a crap ton of other sleeved records. Some of them really cool, some of them not so cool. I mean, we got Partridge Family in there. Got a little Partridge Family action. What else we got? Some cool stuff. Love Unlimited. I mean, the DeFranco family. Heartbeat, it's a love beat. Very cool. I don't know if that's the right word for it. It's certainly nothing I'm not going to necessarily want to listen to. Got this. The whole box stinks of this kind of like funky incense smell. And as I was going through the records, I'm like, where is that smell coming from? It's coming off of this one record that has got a tie-dye label on it, Buddha Records. And it's like Simon Says. It's 1910 Fruit Gum Company. Yeah, and this just, it stinks of incense. It's crazy. It smells like a head shop. And it just, the whole box smells of that stuff. Got Barbra Streisand, the Star is Born thing. The Guess Who, Bay City Rollers. So you get the idea. I mean, I'm sure anyone who has ever been to flea markets and yard sales and thrift shops, you see tons of these all the time. No one ever buys them. I'm the idiot who buys them, right? I'm the numbskull who drops $10 on a bunch of 45s. But there you go. So that was one of the bigger buys of the weekend. And then the thing that I got with it that made it $10 was this. It is a Hallmark pop-up gift bag for the Peanuts Halloween. Not super old or anything. It's still sealed. Looks like it had never been used. And it was kind of like, I figured I was paying $10 for the records and this was like free. But I want to say it was like around 2010, maybe the date that was on it. Yeah, 2010. On sale. It originally sold for $5.99 and probably an after holiday sale at some point for 50% off. Couldn't leave the Peanuts at the flea market. You gotta be crazy. All right, more Halloween stuff. Got a pumpkin pail. I have enough of these friggin' things, but I like the look of this one. It doesn't seem particularly old to me. Based mostly on the color. There's no imprints on the bottom or anything, so it's not like an Empire or anything like that. But, you know, they wanted $1, and I liked the face. I didn't have one like that, so I grabbed the pumpkin pail. Then, this time of year, the flea market's cool this time of year because everyone's kind of getting rid of their Halloween stuff. So there's a lot of cool Halloween stuff to look through. A lot of it is usually like, people come with like dollar store stuff that is in the dollar store now. I don't know what they're thinking. Like, I guess they bought a bulk amount of this stuff and they try to resell it. But this one lady had some retro stuff. I won't call it vintage. It was like stuff from the 90s. And this caught my eye. I had to buy it. It is I'll show you the label first. It's Fright Stuff Realistic Vinyl Bat. And if you look down at the bottom over here, that is from Spencer Gifts, 1990, made in China. Got some labels on there, which is always fun, right? Don't you love getting things with the old labels on them? $1.99, discounted for $1.39. And that says something else on it. On a regularly $1.99 sale, now $1.39. Yeah. And it is just like the label said. It's just a plastic bat, rubber bat. But it's pretty huge. She only wanted $1. And this label makes it for me. I mean, that's mostly why I bought it. Like, if this was loose, I probably would have passed. But because it's in the package with the label, I'll just hang that on the wall with some of my other packaged Halloween stuff. One of my favorite things. One of my favorite things this week. And believe it or not, that's almost it. One more thing. Really, it's 2 items, but it's the same thing. I'll just show you. Be careful. Oh, blow molds. Can you believe it? I actually found a couple affordable tabletop Halloween blow molds. It's like the good old days, man. The good old days. Oh, he's gone. He slipped right out of my hands. So, the deal with these now, you could kind of see the color that it should be on the bottom. Like, compare that to sort of like what the top looks like there. So, these are really faded. Like, very faded. They should be a lot more orange. Like, if you look behind me at the witch right there, that's a blow mold. Why is it so hard for me to do this? Right there. And like kind of compare the color. They should be darker orange. Whoever had these, you could kind of see on the back too, a little better of a color. Whoever had these clearly left them outside. And I know this for 2 reasons. I know this one because of the faded color, but secondly, they were both filled with cat litter on the inside. Like, they were just packed tight with cat litter. And clearly that was so that they could sit out and not be blown over by the wind. For those reasons, they wanted $20 for the pair. And that is a good price for how things are lately. Like, these kinds of things, you just can't get them for the price I used to get them, unfortunately. But, I was haggle, so I asked if they'd take $15 for the pair, and they said yes. So, $7.50 per blow mold, which is damn near old school pricing. Like what I used to go out to flea markets and yard sales a decade ago, before people got all like bent out of shape about these things and started selling them on eBay and collecting them. I used to go out to the yard sales, and I'd pick these up for like $1, $2, maybe $5. Like $5 was the most I ever paid. And now, I mean, this same one was at another booth at the flea market. It was, to be fair, in better condition. It was darker orange, but they were asking $40 compared to $7.50. I'll take the faded one for $7.50, thank you. You know what I mean? But yeah, and there were a couple other blow molds at the flea market this weekend. I mean, they always trot them out for the holiday. But I have so many already that unless it's super, super rare and a decent price, or just like a kind of a good deal, I'm just not buying them anymore. But these were a great deal for what they are. One of them did have the wire. I took the wire out, and I have to clean that up still. And just so you know, since I was like cradling it against my face and everything, I did wash these very thoroughly with soapy water, cleaned them out inside and out. They're all disinfected and everything, just so you know. But yeah, that is the whole thing for the weekend. Obviously wish it used to be like back in the day when I could come back and show you boxes of this kinds of stuff. But, finding one or two things these days is good enough. I really don't need much more of this stuff, to be honest. All right, everybody. Thanks for sticking with me. I know this was a bit of a slog at 22 minutes. Check out my new story, the new anthology. I appreciate it. I hope you all like it if you check it out. Don't forget RetroDaze. We are still doing our Halloween broadcasting over there. This past Saturday was Halloween Candy, the good, the bad, and the forgotten. And then next week we're doing Not So Universal Monsters. And then that's it. Halloween's over, man. After that, we're into November. And, obviously we'll do probably 1 or 2 Thanksgiving videos. But go check us out. Oh, I should have said this at the beginning. No one's left to listen. But we are restarting our interactive, I'm saying our and we, Tony Great, the owner of RetroDaze, he's doing it. But it's on the channel that I write for. So it's like, the team. He does this really, really cool interactive YouTube game on his channel. It's going to run on Fridays. The best thing to do is subscribe, hit the notification bell, and then you'll be notified when those games go live. Why do you want to play those games? Because you could win gift cards. You don't pay to play. It's free. You hang out. It's like a little board game sort of thing. There's retro commercials that he plays in a little player on the game. You can chat with everyone, hang out, and you might win gift cards. It's very cool. I used to play all the time. This is before I even started writing with him or anything like that. And I've won some cool stuff in those games. So come check that out. I think it'll be a lot of fun. And I will see you all next time. Breathe deeper than the night. And I'll see you later, buddy. Goodbye. Say goodbye, man.